So I've just been to PC World.
Hello everybody and welcome to a little video blog I've done of building my PC. I've split this video into 3 parts, so you're going to see a couple of to be continued bits, but I hope you enjoy it.
Whew, hello, back here again, and see just behind me there on the bed? We got a big pile of boxes. We are ready to build some PCs. It's a bit grim today, so the light's probably going to be a bit awful. See what I can do about that. And I'm going to get unboxing. So yeah, today we're going to be upgrading my PC, Tartris. We're going to go from... should we get a better camera angle? No, just white room. Yeah, today we're going to be upgrading my PC, Tartris. I'm going from AMD build to a Intel build, Skylake build as it is. What I'm going to do, I've done a little benchmark, or I've done a couple of benchmarks on my computer, and I'm going to run a benchmark on my computer when it's rebuilt. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. So you'll see the performance difference. I'm a bit unsure about it myself, but it's a new platform. My platform is, well, it's old. It's about 5 years old. The technology's really old. All the parts in it are kind of old, apart from the new bits. We'll see. I'll explain it as I'm going through it, but I'm going to whip all these boxes open, and then we're going to get building, and then I've got another 3 computers to build this weekend, so there's going to be quite a few vlogs going on. Not too much gaming, unfortunately, but I know you guys like some vlogs, so we're going to make a few vlogs. Here we go. Right, I'm not going to go into too much what these bits are when I'm unboxing them. I'm just going to unbox them and speed this up, I think. Okay. Right, so that's my unboxing done. These are my bits. Obviously there's not a lot there, but I'll explain that in a little bit. It's because I've got like a computer already built. Basically I don't need everything. And then this little pile of bits over here with the GTX 1060 and the other iCore 3, because I've got 2 of them, because we're both going to Intel, and some pretty cool other gear sitting down there waiting for Mr. Ross on Sunday, who is going to bring round a few more bits and pieces. We've got RAM, got a motherboard, we've got a PSU, we've got water cooler, we've got the chip, we have got a 256GB SSD for his games. Look how small these are. I'm so amazed at how tiny these things are. Anyway, I'm going to pull Tartris out and we're going to start some work on it, and we're going to see how we get along with this Intel gubbins.
That's good. Hello! Right, obviously I'm on the floor now. It's a bit of a funny position, but this is where I'm going to be building computers and doing stuff. Tartris is currently running a benchmark. If you're good with computer type stuff, you've probably heard the word benchmarking before. I'll explain it later in the video, because I'm going to do a comparison of what my computer was set up for, what my computer would be set up as standard, because I've tweaked it a little bit, make it a bit faster, and then I'm going to do a couple of different comparisons once I've finished building my PC. But what I'm going to do now, while that's running stuff, I'm quickly going to unbox this stuff and explain it a little bit. So I have my chip, and I've got some other little bits and bobs, and where is it? We're going to borrow something at Ross's. I'm sure he won't mind. We're just going to do a bit of testing with this, just to see how it goes. I'm curious. It's a theory I've got. I've seen it on somebody else's videos before. I want to check it myself. I don't know if you can see this here. There's a bit of a cable sticking around the side of my head. Hopefully, let's take that up a little. This is my RAM, little RAM stick in here. We're going to pop this out. This is possibly the most cheapest RAM you can find to go in a new Intel computer. I say new, I'm using 6th gen Intel stuff, which is the newest at the moment. 7th gen's on the way, but this is a budget Skylake build. The reason it's called Skylake is because the type of processor used, even though it's an i3, it's called a Skylake. That's the architecture, the insidey stuff in the processor is called Skylake. The one from the AMD, which is what I've got at the moment, was called Bulldozer, I believe. It's about 5 years old. This Skylake stuff is really recent. This chip is really recent. It's probably the cheapest Skylake you can get. So this is a budget build. These bits I've got that I'm putting in mine now came to less than £200. I chopped around a bit. I've got a motherboard, I've got some RAM, I've got a processor. Come to less than £200. I've got a few other little bits and pieces as well. I had to buy this thing. I'll explain that in a little while as well. But I needed to buy that thing because I'm a wally, so that's extra £15. As the video said when it started, I've just been to PC World, can't say I'm impressed. I forgot to buy this stuff. This is thermal compound. You put this on your processor when you put the heatsink on it so they seal together properly. It gives you a good thermal, what's the word for it? It makes stuff work good. If you don't have it, your computer might explode. But yeah, I should have bought this when I ordered everything else on Amazon. It should have cost me £3. That cost me £7 in PC World. £7. Anyway, so yeah, these bits here, my RAM and my chip and my motherboard, less than £200. I think that's brilliant for a Skylake build. That is 8 gig of DDR4 RAM. It is only 233 Hertz, which is, I believe, the slowest DDR4 RAM you can get. And as I said, that is the cheapest piece of DDR4 RAM I could get. You need that to make things run. I'm going to upgrade at some point to 16 gig, and I might get rid of this entirely, or I might just buy another stick. That cost me £23. I think that's pretty cool. That cost me £23. So that's the RAM. That's my thermal paste. Processor, I say it's the cheapest Skylake you can get. It is an i3 6100 or 6100. That cost me £92. This bit cost me £15. That's to do with my cooler because I'm an idiot. We won't get into that. And then this motherboard, which I think is pretty awesome. If I can get into it. Where's my knife gone? Yeah, was around here somewhere and I've lost it. See me in a minute. Ow! Yes, I did. Well done, Derp. There it is. Right, yes, I don't think I'm going to need that, but anyway, this motherboard, which is hopefully awesome, and hopefully you can kind of see that there. It's very pretty. This cost me, I believe, 80 something quid. I got it on a bit of a special deal on Amazon. They were doing it cheap, so I was lucky. They didn't have many of them. They said they had about 5. But this is an MSI Z170A SLI black motherboard. There's a couple of different options. You can get it with red accents, and there's a carbon fibre version and all sorts. But I quite fancied the black. I think it cost me an extra tenner to have a black one over one that was kind of, well, non-coloured. And as you saw from my computer before, it's all black and red. I thought it was kind of cool. So okay, so my RAM is going to be green and it's going to stick out like a sore thumb and be a bit ugly, but I'll change it at some point because I change everything every 5 seconds. But it's got all the gubbins on there I need. It doesn't, I don't think, have the LED that lights up like the motherboard I've got at the moment. But yeah, it's a pretty cool motherboard. It's MSI instead of ASRock or Republic of Gamers like the one I've got in there at the moment. Now, I had a problem with that motherboard. I accidentally plugged in my microphone to my sound jack, and I think I fried a few things on the motherboard. I think that might be why my motherboard's slowly dying. But the sound on that motherboard wasn't very good anyway, so I was a bit disappointed with that. So I was always looking to change it, and that platform, the AM3, which is the AMD platform for the FX chips, they're not making that anymore. The new stuff is coming out soon. So, alright, I say they're not making anymore. They're still producing stuff for it, but that is the last set of chips that's going in it. The best chip you can get in that, I believe, is an 8-core, which is good, but it's only just about keeping up with the Intel stuff. This chip, I'm hoping, and from what I've seen, will do better than the 6-core I've got at the moment. This is a 4...